of gave you the idea to come back home and to throw a camp after so many years and, like you said, not doing so? It made you decide to kind of do it now.
I mean, well, now I'm a little bit older. My life has slowed down a little bit more. A lot of the events that's taking place is going on in the world, and I just feel like it's an opportunity to give back to our community. This is something for the entire Lower Eastern Shore. I know how difficult it is to succeed here, for kids, and I just wanted them to have, a first-hand experience to, I witnessed that, you put your dreams out there and, you try everything, you work hard, that it's achievable.
You got 5 full days going. What was give me the mindset behind that and what they can expect to be doing those 5 days?
I mean, well, I put my name on it, and, I've had the luxury to play for Hall of Fame coaches. Fortunate enough to be able to play with some very good basketball players and guys who have done camps. I've been invited to Nike All-American camps, and I had the opportunity to see the way camps should be ran, and that's what I envisioned of bringing back here, because I haven't heard of a camp that around this area, for kids to be able to experience that. So that was my plan, and and I didn't want to do a one-day camp because I don't think kids can really learn anything in one day, I wanted to be the top camp in this area. I wanted to be something that's going to grow into next year doing like multi-sessions. So I just wanted to be able to grow. I'm offering these kids just great knowledge from the basketball perspective and from the perspective of things that I've been through in my life. It's not all about basketball. I'm going to have, my agent, he's going to come speak, who I've gained a relationship with. Been with one agent for 10 years is unheard of in my line of business. I'm going to have, I'm trying to confirm it right now, but it's probably more than likely going to happen. I'm going to have an NBA scout that I was working out with when I still was, trying to do the NBA thing. I'm going to have former local talent from here, like Craig Winder, for example. He's going to come back and speak. I'm going to have a guy who's very active in the community, Jermichael Mitchell. He's very, very active in the community. So this isn't about just, from a basketball perspective. I want these kids to see, that it's a lot of good and a lot of positive that can come out of this area. So that was my purpose of bringing it back here, and that was what they can expect to gain from it. As far as just you can gain from basketball and just a lot of good, great experiences. I was just always motivated. I didn't let anything deter me away from my dream. I knew what I wanted from, man, I don't want to put a time on it, but I just always knew what I wanted. There's been a lot of challenges, along the way. When I was in, I think, 6th grade, I had a teacher tell me, she laughed at me, asked me what did I wanted to do when I grew up, and I told her professional basketball player. She laughed at me. This is someone who's in our school system. It could go a different way. I could go to the streets or whatever. I chose to do it the right way and let that motivate me. And I think this could be good for our kids. If they could see that, it's a lot of stuff around here, around us, a lot of drugs, violence, and things like that. But if you can see someone who is going through and been through what you are going through now and still be able to make it out, I think it can really help.
And state championship at Crisfield, national championship at Maryland, tons of success overseas. What have you been most proud of throughout your playing career?
That I've always been myself. I think, a lot of people may get they think they know me as a person just from playing, but no one really, except for my close friends, my family, really know who I am as far as off the court. I think as far as my playing career, like I said, just always being respected and always giving respect in the game. Finding ways to motivate myself continuously, even after the success. Never being a quitter. you know, even that Maryland experience for me was very, very difficult. It was the first time in my life I hadn't, you know, gotten any playing time, and then, you know, I just used that to motivate myself to get better, and you know, just never quitting, you know, and just being an example for not just Crisfield, but for the entire Eastern Shore.
I was going to say, elaborate a little bit on what it means to come from a town like Crisfield, real small. Small as it gets, 1A,
yeah.
Even in Maryland, you know.
It's the bottom of the map.
That's tiny. Even in a small state like Maryland, what it means to be from a place like that, and just the pride and the community shows in you, and just all the different events, and how they're excited that you are a son of the city.
Oh man, it means everything to me. You know, my wife jokes with me a lot. You know, it says, you know, oh, you love Crisfield, you know, because I always go back. You know, but Crisfield is, you know, it's everything to me. The basketball tradition, you know, just being born into that, you know, it gave me a drive. The struggle there gave me a drive. Seeing all of the guys before me who had opportunities to do what I'm doing gave me the drive. You know, I always say that, you know, what I'm doing is not just for me and my family, but it's for my entire neighborhood, you know, from where I grew up in Charlotte Ave, you know, in Summer Cove Apartments. You know what I mean? It's just like for everyone there, like all those older guys that they got caught up in the streets and stuff like that, you know, like I just, you know, I get really emotional when I think about, like, I was the one who was able to live out all of their dreams, you know, like, and not just those who are, you know, struggling, but also those who just couldn't manage to be successful as an athlete, you know. So, you know, it's special to me.
I'm just gonna throw this in here. Give me a favorite moment from down in the graveyard, man. The smallest gym in the Bayside. It's always creeping people out. Crisfield got a couple wins last year. A lot of people thought they shouldn't have. Give me your favorite memory from that place.
Man, it's so many. But since I always hear about how, you know, how my junior year I lost a game how I lost a game. I lost a game to Berlin, to Stephen Decatur, you know. My junior year, the game was at the wire. We was at Stephen Decatur, and you know, it was seconds, I think, tied up, and I dribbled the ball off my foot. They stole the ball, laid it up. I was crushed. So the next year I came back, we played them. I had 47 points and 19 assists. So that's probably my best individual game, and you know, one of the fondest of many memories that I had there.
Coach Rayfield as well, a legend down there.
Yeah.
A little bit of what he's meant to the city.
Mr. Ray, you know, it may rest in peace. You know, for me, he was like another father. A lot of people don't know the sacrifices and everything he went through. Like, I felt like I owed tons of my career and success to him. You know, as a man, as an athlete, as anything, you know, like he meant so much to that community. Things that he would do, like he used to take trips to, you know, he would do school all day long at whatever time a teacher would wake up to go to school. I'd say 6 in the morning, and you know, he'd do his job at school, and then right after school at 3:30, he'll take me 2-hour drive to Delaware to play, you know, for practice for my AAU team, and you know, and then by the time we get back, you know, he's away from his home from 6 in the morning till I say almost 11 at midnight, you know, like 2 or 3 times a week, you know, so he meant a lot to me.
What do you see as next? I don't want you to give, hey, I'm doing this or I'm not doing this. Whether it's in the community, playing wise, being here, you know, back in town with the family or whatever. What's next for Andre Collins?
I mean, I'm just taking it day by day, and you know, normally around this time I would be stressed out, like blowing my agent's phone up and, you know, trying to figure out what's going on, what's next. Right now I've slowed down, and I'm trying to let God, you know, work everything out for me, and try to take that approach and see what he wants me to do. You know, whether that's me going back overseas to continue playing for my 11th professional season, or me retiring and just staying at home and, you know, figuring out what I'm going to do, whether it be coaching, personal training, or just continuing to do camps like this. You know, so I'm excited to see what's next. you know, it's something that me and my wife are gonna have to discuss. I'm in negotiations right now, just, you know, nothing concrete. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do yet, though.